Okay. Um, so I figured I would just release a short video, let people know, hey, Soul is still here. I don't know why I called myself Soul. I actually started between Sassy and Soul. Okay, so I am actually working on the next map for Resident Evil 7. I, I don't know how long it's gonna be. It's gonna be a while. I can't exactly do this on stream. I put my small amount of viewers to sleep just mapping. But in 20 hours, I'll show you what I've got done from 20 hours of work. I've been sick the past 2 days. We're not doing the garage, and we're not doing the old house and the greenhouse, and we're not doing the salt mines or the ship. So it's gonna be a 4-map campaign. But everything is one-to-one for the most part. As you know, I'm missing props and their dimensions, their unit measurements different, so it's not going to be a pure one-to-one, but I want you to be able to go outside front and inside the whole house for the survival map, so that's why we're building it in the template instead of, just building it. But yeah, this is just a small show to show, hey, yeah, it's being made slowly. Production pipeline's taking forever because it's a remake. I'm trying to do a really good job. This room is much bigger in Left 4 Dead 2 as an example than in RE7, even though it's the same dimensions. And mainly what tricks your mind into that is essentially the mesh. And since I'm not working in UE5 for this mod, I'm working with brushes and then putting mesh in. So these are mesh and then these are brushes, right? So that's why everything looks like I can't, if this was Unreal, I could just resize all the meshes and just do a perfect one-to-one, no effort. I can't do that here, so some rooms are just going to be bigger for gameplay purposes. And you're going to enter through the vent from the outside of the house. Oh my god. What? This is, like, I didn't want that to be here while I was here. I'm sorry, I have to fix this. We will get through this very short video. Oh yeah, I was demonstrating how to do realistic caves in the Source engine, and in a 1-minute demo, I probably did my best work yet. What? Son of a gun. And so that's why I was on that. Alright, so there we go. That's the upstairs porch. So in the video game, what we're doing in the RE7 game, the porch is actually attached to the barn, and so I'm skipping the old house and greenhouse and going right to the barn because the gameplay just doesn't fit Left 4 Dead 2. It's not good. And also designing those areas would take 100 hours. They're just too dense with detail for the level of detail I'm trying to add. But yeah, there's the bathroom. It's not filled in yet. There's the pool room. Again, empty. Grandma's room, empty. There's also supposed to be more stuff in the hall here. Sorry, yeah, I should be in full screen while I'm demonstrating. Yeah, for the most part, there's 2 shelves here. I didn't know that until I was going back through and doing this. Whoops. What is? I see what I did there. You can mouse click with either mouse click to apply textures to a face on a polygon. So. But yeah, this area is done. So, this is lined up. It is so much smaller in this game, it looks like, or in this editor. Like, everything feels off, but it ends up working in the end. This actually comes around and hits the front where they have a window. There's actually a window here, and a window here, and a window here. So, if you bought the deluxe edition, there's 4 main manners in the game. There's 3 in the game, and then there's a 4th in the deluxe edition, and none of them are identical on the inside or outside. Like, they're not designed with any foresight in mind, because you don't need to do a map. Like, RE7 doesn't have a place in the campaign where you can go out and then back into the house and actually look, except for in the back, like the front. So they didn't have to worry about that. Then the guest house also has 4 variations. The one you see when you first approach it, the one when you initially enter and it locks you in. So those 2 are separate, and they're not identical layouts. It makes no sense. And then when you come out of the basement and it's nighttime instead of daytime suddenly, that's the third one. And then the end of the game after the salt mines, that's the fourth one. So there's 4 for both of them. And I just don't want to deal with the hassle. So we're going to move that over to dead center. We're going to move that one over to dead center there. And there is one there on the model that you buy, so it makes no sense because there is no actual room there. Well, the master bedroom and storage, but there's no window in there. So there was no like talking to each other, but no one noticed this because no one remade the game. Sans myself. Capcom, nice magic tricks. I would have done them too. I can't. But yeah, and then then we just have the kids' room. So just want to do a short video, even though my short videos kind of go off on tangents because I'm not used to describing this. There's actually a cabinet here as well, but well, I don't know why I just did that. There's a cabinet here as well, but I don't have the space because my meshes are not their meshes. And then I have no draw here because I'm just not sure I want to let you into the attic. If I do, I have to, as an example, probably move the door over a little bit, move the piano and this over, or turn this sideways so that the way the player can actually fit. Ethan just grabs on it as an animation and can actually clip through objects on his left and right because his collision box goes through it. That's not the case in this game because a ladder is not an active function that takes control of your game. Instead, it's just a function that your character can activate and then jump off of, so free form movement, and that's not what we get in RE7. So, and then on top of that, the amount of detail up here. And you're like, oh, this looks like shit. Yeah, every room looked like this. Every room looked like this, and I had to come in and carve it out. Because all I did was build the outside template as one-to-one as I could. So yeah, that is it. And essentially what we're going to be doing for the route, I have 2 different routes depending on how it goes. But the only way I can get you to go down here whatsoever and not make this 100% optional, all these rooms I just did, is force you up the stairs at the beginning. So that's what we've currently done. So the furniture has fallen down. There's a chair and a dresser at the top of the stairs in the game. So, oh yeah, and then the railing's broken. I need to go in and do that still. I just want to make sure which ones I need to remove and delete, and then I delete it. But yeah, you're just going to come up here and go like this. And then I had 2 ways. So the problem is I want to get you out on the deck. And so I have 2 ways of doing it. I can send you this way and then out through a hole into the main foyer. And once you come up from the workshop in the basement, you just go across and the stairs are broken so you can't get up here. And then you go inside. If you want, you can explore that and then go off, right? Or you don't come up this way at the beginning. I just route you straight down, make you go get the item from the clock instead of from the garage or whatever. So instead of a dog head, you get the key to the door, and then you go through the door instead. I can do that instead. So there's multiple paths. I need to end it here, but there's 2 main paths I can do, and I don't know which one. Just letting people know it'll be a while. That took 20 hours, and I didn't have 20 hours. I only had 20 hours because I wasn't feeling good. I've been very sick the past 2 days. So for 20 hours in the past 2 days, I did that. So yeah, it's just gonna be the barn after, like I said, and the barn will take literally no time at all. I'm estimating 50 hours to complete that map. It is mostly and basically, combine those 2 words into basically. It's basically Quake 1 geometry. The barn is illogical. It doesn't match anything. Like it feels comical. It doesn't fit the shell. Like the shell, if you look up from the trailer, has a patio deck and windows on there. None of this exists. And then the barn just literally goes through geometry. It is so nonsensical. It's completely cartoony, but you know what? It's fun. No one would have known this if they hadn't tried to go and remake the whole thing in a 1-to-1 in any engine whatsoever. And no one has except me, so that's my mistake, and Capcom did nothing wrong. These are tricks that we literally just do for optimization purposes and blah blah blah. So don't worry about it. I will get it done. If people wanted to help, that would be great, but a lot of people think I'm an elitist in the community, so they think I don't want help. I want help. People just think I don't want help, so they come up with assumptions, so it kind of sucks. But That being said, we will get through it, even if it's alone. And then I can always ask um, for some testing. Anyways, it's 10 minutes. I'm ending it here. I've ranted too much and probably given too much information, and no one probably cares. But I'll throw pictures up as well. And for anyone that made it to the end here, listening to me rant on about the things I love, thanks. The main reason it's taking so long is I'm also developing a game solo in Unreal Engine 5, right? So and then I'm streaming, trying to make ends meet because can't find work, can't find paid work. So there's nothing out there for my degrees. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know how long it'll be, but I'm definitely trying. We'll see. Life, right? I just explained life, so yeah, life. Um, that was over there. That's why I kept applying things this whole time. But yeah, I'm just gonna exit that, and thanks for watching. Yeah.